Thank you, friend. Here's quite a remarkable lady. She displays all of the magic and confidence that the whole world has in the award-winning musical Woman of the Year, which is here at the Almason Theater through September 7th, played on 17th, played on Broadway for many, many months. Would you welcome, please, Miss Lauren BACALL. It's like walking through a minefield tonight. Sorry, we had some animals out here a moment ago before you.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed them.
Did you miss them?
Any relatives of mine?
We had a cute little bear and a crane and a strange-looking animal.
Oh, I love
How are you? Good to see you.
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very excited at being back here in California.
Yeah, how does it feel? You've been on Broadway how long with the play?
Well, I was there for a year and a half.
That long?
Yes, it's very long.
Yeah, did you think when you started that it would have any idea that it would run that long?
Well, you know, you always, these days with the cost of putting on a show now in New York or really anywhere, it's so expensive. And especially a musical, you have to give up a year of your time or, or they never, the investors can never make their money back. So being the wonderful human being I am,
yes,
I agreed to give up a year of my life. And then because I also spent all my money, I said, well, I'll extend for another few months because I need to make a little bread.
Year and a half, that's a long run. That's a long run on a play.
8 times a week, it is long. Yes, it is.
Do you ever find yourself, I'm sure it happens to you, you're out there, you've done a play so many times, you're so familiar with it, it almost becomes too familiar. And
definitely.
Sometimes you reach a point where you said, did I do this line before? Did I say that already? Or did I say that in the matinee and I haven't said it yet tonight?
Right, exactly, I know, and today's a 2-show day, as you know. But here, the thing that is so wonderful and kind of interesting, it's really a first that we've done this time.
Right.
Is we have redone this show.
That's what I hear,
for the tour, which has never, not as long as I've been in the business, which is only, of course, about a week and a half, because I'm so young and innocent. It has not been, it's never been done before.
Yeah.
And because, well, there were things that really never were straightened out or never were done as much as any of us would have liked them to have been done.
Right.
And there were songs that were going to be written additional songs that were going to be written that kind of were never done. And then once the show is open, of course, you don't really change it very much. Right. And so for the tour, it was agreed that we would do all of this. And then we have this, and we were very fortunate in getting Joe Layton, who is...
That's top drawer stuff.
Now, well, I'm so in love with him that I can hardly bear it.
That's great.
But he's, his contribution has been so extraordinary. His concept and his whole use of the musical, the medium of the musical theater. And it's, so even people that have seen the show feel that it's a new show, which is terrific, and it makes me feel good. You'd better come.
I will.
You had better come. And everyone here had better come.
Yes, or she will come and Jim Fowler will come with a bear to your house. You are not especially enamored or fond of critics, are you?
I don't know how you can say that, John. I don't think, I think the feeling's quite mutual, actually.
Yeah?
I'll tell you what I don't like about critics. I think they are seldom qualified to criticize. I feel, it is my feeling that in most cases, they have been unsuccessful as either playwrights or novelists or any other kind of writer, or performers, or in some other field, and that what is left for them is to sit and knock everybody else.
Yeah.
And I don't think they very often know where the different contributions begin and end.
Right.
In a show, for example, they don't know what the director has contributed, what the choreographer has contributed, what the actor has contributed. They really do not know.
Do you know what I find strange?
What?
All critics, if they're really good critics, should be able to perceive qualities or bad qualities in a show. A play can open or a movie can open, and a critic will go, and the next day you read the reviews. One critic will be absolutely raving. Everything is wonderful. The other critic will say it's a terrible show, whatever, and so forth. And you say, now, if they're both really good critics and know the theater or know motion pictures, how can they become so two opposite views? Obviously, not everybody can like everything.
No,
but I've never been able to understand
it's opinion to begin with.
Sure.
It is an opinion, and not a qualified opinion, as I said before. But it is, it is their moment of power, you see. It's like going through customs and those guys in uniform, they've got you, you know. Well, it's the same thing when a critic writes a review. That is his moment to tell everybody off.
Yeah.
And to show all of the creative people that he's better than they are, and that he can make them or break them.
You got it's like therapy.
And he's
here
not
tonight.
gonna get
It's
us,
like
is
therapy, not you. No.
Huh?
I think Jackie Gleason once said about critics, it was kind of interesting. He says they have the map, but they don't know how to drive the bus.
Ah, very good.
You know?
Very good.
We'll take a break.
Very
We're going to
good.
come right back. Stay where you are. You just told me during the break you quit smoking for the 5th time. Congratulations.
Fifth time. Thank you.
Just in time for the new warning. That's very good. I'm gonna put
The
this one.
new warning?
Yeah, I'm putting this one out. I'm gonna do it. No,
But it makes a big difference vocally. Big
I'll bet it does, doesn't it?
Oh, gigantic, yes.
You think you can stay with it this time?
I intend to.
Good for you.
That's what I say every time. But this time, I don't feel the need every now and then. Oh, give me a... No.
Doesn't bother you a bit, I can tell.
No, every now and then I get the urge. But...
Yeah. Somebody told me opening night you got flowers from an old friend of yours, Katharine Hepburn. True? Whom you admire greatly, I know.
Well, Katie is a very good friend of mine. She's godmother to my young son. And we've been friends since 1951, African Queen days. So that's a minute or two.
God, what a great picture. Oh, you know they had that on cable the other night?
Did?
They
On
played,
cable?
Oh, well, I mean on the satellite, whatever
You're
it is.
kidding. I thought it was, but I've seen it on regular television, so I guess they've taken it off and then
Oh,
now...
it was so good. What a
yeah, it
wonderful
still is
picture.
good. Well, I must say, between Houston and Bogart and Hepburn, it would be hard to do better than that.
Yeah, that's
you
not
know?
bad.
And they will last anyway. All of those films
Yeah. What was your favorite picture of all times that you would like
that
to
I
see?
was in?
Yeah, you were in.
Well,
or
that I
you,
was...
Or that you'd like to see? Who was an idol when you were young that you really...
Leslie
said-
Howard.
Leslie Howard, the great English actor.
Oh, I was mad.
Quiet, yes.
I was the only one that left Gone with the Wind saying, oh, Ashley, Ashley. Everyone was screaming about Rhett, and I was, Ashley. Just give me Ashley. Now, weep. Nothing. I want him.
Give me Ashley.
Give me Ashley.
Betty Davis, I know you were a fan.
Oh, yes. Oh, gigantic. Still am.
Yeah.
I think she's one of the most extraordinary movie stars that has ever been. And if they ever did a true retrospective of Betty Davis movies on television,
Yeah.
I mean, today's generation would see not only the beauty of the woman,
Yeah.
which was extraordinary, but the variety of things she could play.
She
and
never
her
thought of
talent.
herself that way. We had her, she was here a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And she never thought of herself as really attractive. And she was when she was young.
Great
She was
looking. Oh, staggering.
Unique.
Oh, unique. But, I mean, remember Jezebel and Doc Victory. And, oh, wow. Ooh.
And she's still working. Still working.
Yes, but she had to put an ad in the paper. Don't you remember years ago?
That's right.
She had to advertise for a job. Now, if you can imagine that you don't think that this business has a problem, if someone like Betty Davis has to advertise and say, you know, I'm out of work, how about it, guys? Have you forgotten all about me?
That's something wrong. Something is
Yeah.
wrong somewhere.
Definitely, definitely. But she doesn't have to advertise anymore, fortunately.
You once said that the ups and downs in your life may have been more downs. Now you're on a big high. You're on an up period now.
Well, it is my fondest hope, John.
Yes.
I feel, I mean, I've slid enough times and my derriere's kind of sore, so I would like to give it a rest and climb for a while.
Climb for a while.
If I can. But I think everyone's life goes in cycles. You know, I mean, when you get hit with the bad stuff, I know you don't know about that. John.
No.
But when you do, they really lay it on you pretty good.
You have to keep your sense of humor.
You
really
Without
do.
that, all is
Or you have to
lost.
rent it. If you don't have it, you must
You've
rent
got
it.
to.
You must keep or
On
lease.
loan something.
Lease a sense of humor.
Absolutely.
Peter, are we going to do... Why am I speaking English all of a sudden? You mentioned Leslie Howard. Yes, the commercial, which she'll return in just a moment.
The Scarlet
Thank you.
Pimpernel.